Hello and welcome to my Pagan Pathworks. My name is Lisa and I am the founder of the channel. If you are new here, I thank you for joining me today and I invite you to subscribe to the channel to help me grow. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you so very much for coming back to join me today. I welcome everybody to the channel today, and in today's video we are going to talk about the Knight of Swords. So if you're interested, keep watching. Alrighty, thank you so very much for staying with me. So I have some notes here so I don't forget what I'm wanted to talk to you about, and so if I refer to them, it's just because I don't want to forget. So the first thing I want to do before we start is just well, first and foremost, thank you for staying with me, but I'd like to talk to you just a little bit about where I'm at with the tarot. And so I have owned tarot cards for the past 16 years, really. It's probably been more than that, but at least 16 years. And I've really had an affinity for the cards, and so I've done very well in my readings for people. And they were pretty accurate and on the mark according to the people that I was reading for. Now these are free readings that I've done and without a lot of experience. Fast forward to the present, and it's only been in the last year when I have really started seriously studying the tarot and gone past the little books that come in the packages with the tarot. So I am excited really to be sharing this journey with you, and it just and I also think it's really important. There's a lot of videos out there on Tarot Tuesday that tell you that they're experienced readers, and so I thought it would be really interesting to give you the perspective that I'm finding as a newer reader, and maybe it will help you as you get to know your own cards, and or help you understand as you're reading for yourself. So with all that said, today's video we're going to talk about the Knight of Swords, and I wanted to show you my examples. So this one is the Rider deck. This one is the Celtic Tarot. This one is the Tarot Draconis. And this one is the Hanson Roberts deck. And those are the 4 decks that I have right now. I did loan my son my other deck so he could do some original artwork for me, just so he would have something to go by. And so just a little review if you're completely new to tarot. The Suite of Swords is associated with the element of air and the air signs of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. From my previous video, you might recall that the cards 1 through 10 are basically a progression to me. They represent our progression, both light and dark, through our intellect, our ability to communicate, and the human conflicts that arise from communication and intellect. The court cards are something just a little bit different. Court cards usually represent people. They can represent yourself and wherever you are in your walk, or they can represent a person that is relevant to the situation. Now this is not always the case. Sometimes it's that energy that is relevant to the situation. So if you get this and it in your readings and you don't understand why it's there, it could just be the energy. Ooh, pardon me. It could just be the energy of the Knight of Swords that is contributing to the situation. So with the Page of Swords, we found a very youthful, earthly, and feminine type of energy. And the Page was someone that could think outside the box and was very good with new and innovative ideas. With the Knight of Swords is something different altogether. With the Knight of Swords, you're talking about somebody that rushes in where angels fear to tread. I know we've all heard that saying before, and this card sums that up really well. And although this guy will, or this person will defend your honor and be the epitome of chivalry, they do not think out the consequences of their actions before they do it, and they end up needing to do some smooth talking to get themselves out of a prickly situation, and that's why it's that rushing in where angels fear to tread, because they just do not think about their consequences of their actions before they do it. So as you might guess, this card, this is a male that is depicted on these cards, and as you might guess, this card has a very male type energy. It doesn't always mean that it's an actual male. It can mean that, but it's pure elemental air in this particular card, and it's very masculine in that element. It's intellectual, but it's flexible and penetrating, so it's very, very male in its energy. As a person, this individual is more about the quest than the end result of the quest. They love to pursue new ideas and new projects, and he's sometimes pretty random and unfocused. This is the card in the upright. This is the card of the jack of all trades type person. His darker traits on the reverse side of this card is very arrogant and a rebellious nature, and it's the type of person that doesn't mind stirring up trouble. And I believe we're all well acquainted with people like that. In the upright, this person may not be the most dependable person to rely on. They'll be there for you in a pinch, but long term, their need to keep pushing the boundaries and gaining new experiences will make them somewhat hard to pin down, and especially when a commitment is needed. They're always pursuing something new, either new ideas, new experiences, what have you. So a commitment is going to be hard to get out of this type of individual. In the reverse, this person is definitely somebody to avoid. In my opinion, when this card is in the reverse, it's the card of the narcissist, really, in my opinion. The individual is arrogant, self-centered, and completely unreliable. If you like trouble, this card in reverse, this guy would be trouble. When this card represents a situation, it's time to stop, and it's just time to stop and take a look at the issue. Have you thought it out all the way? Did you consider it from all angles? Did you rush into whatever situation that you've gotten yourself into? If so, maybe it's time to find a way out or take a step backwards. In the reverse, you have definitely found yourself in a pickle. It's time to do some smooth talking to get yourself out of trouble. So in the reverse, your best course of action is find a way out. So that is my assessment of the Knight of Swords. I don't get this card in my personal readings very often. I am happy to say that I have progressed a little bit. Oh, pardon me. I thank God have progressed beyond this point. I used to get this card quite a bit in my personal readings because me as a person, I was a lot like this knight in the upright, and I was very impetuous and did things a lot without thinking it all the way through. So I'm happy to say that I have progressed a bit beyond this point. So I hope that this has been helpful and will help you as you go forward in your own readings. And I thank you very much for taking the time to be with me, and I hope you'll join me next Tuesday for another Tarot Tuesday on the Queen of Swords. And thank you so much for watching.